In 2024, a woman named Trees Butcher was facing serious charges in Jefferson County. She was accused of burglary of a habitation and unauthorized use. But instead of going to prison, the judge gave her a second chance. She received 5 years of deferred adjudication. This meant she wouldn't be formally convicted if she successfully completed probation. For a moment, it looked like her life might turn around, but everything changed in April 2025. While still on probation, she was arrested again, this time in Harris County. The new charges were even worse: evading arrest with a vehicle, leaving the scene of an accident, and aggravated assault on a public servant. Things were spiraling fast. Just days later, the court dropped the assault charge due to lack of evidence. And by June 2025, she once again avoided conviction. She pleaded guilty to evading arrest and was given another chance with deferred adjudication. The court then sent her to a rehabilitation facility to get her life back on track. But she didn't stay. She left rehab early. After missing multiple meetings with her probation officer back in Jefferson County, the state took action. They filed motions to revoke her probation. Now, she was back in court, this time in front of Raquel West. Judge West asked, "Good morning. Are you Trees Butcher?" She replied, "Yes." The judge reviewed her case history. 2 felony cases, 2 chances, and now multiple violations. The courtroom grew tense. Her defense attorney stepped forward. He explained she left rehab not because she didn't want help, but because she had warrants in Jefferson County. Then he revealed she had a 3-year-old child and was now 6 months pregnant. She wanted another chance to rebuild her life. Defendant reading a letter. "Dear Honor, I've been in jail since April 19, 2025. I left rehab because I wanted to turn myself in." But suddenly, the judge interrupted her. "Let me stop you right there." The judge had already reviewed the report from the rehab facility. The report said she left because she changed her mind. They quoted her saying, "Santa Maria is not the best option for me right now." Everything was now on the line. She claimed she was afraid of being arrested and revealed something shocking. She found out she was pregnant in rehab, the judge asked. "So you found out you were pregnant, and then a month later you committed new crimes?" The courtroom froze. Trees admitted, "I was on drugs." The judge pressed, "While you were pregnant?" And Trees whispered, "Yes." The judge began breaking down the timeline. She left rehab, and only 12 days later, she was arrested again for committing new offenses. Trees tried to explain she was trying to get money for a bus ticket to fix things. But she had also missed multiple probation meetings. She said she thought her probation was already revoked. But under Texas law, the court must hold a hearing before officially revoking it, which meant she was still responsible for showing up. Now, her future depended on whether the judge would believe her or see a pattern.
The judge looked directly at her and didn't hold back. She pointed out the harsh reality: drug use during pregnancy, missed opportunities, and a pattern that couldn't be ignored. The defendant admitted everything. Yes, she had continued using drugs. Yes, she had made mistakes. But she insisted she needed help. Her voice began to shake as she explained her situation: mental health struggles, an untreated medical condition, and the fear of losing her children. That's when the emotional weight hit the room. She didn't want to be separated from her kids. She just wanted another chance. But the judge remained unmoved. As the questioning continued, cracks in her story started to show. Details didn't line up. Her statements conflicted. Excuses turned into contradictions. At one point, she admitted she had been back in town, yet still failed to report to probation. That moment changed everything, because now it wasn't just about mistakes. It was about credibility. Then the prosecutor stepped in and made it clear. The state was no longer asking for leniency. They wanted probation revoked, which meant one thing: her second chance was about to disappear. The judge turned back to her, now more direct than ever. She reminded her that probation was meant to help, not to be ignored. Opportunities were given. Resources were available, but none of them were used. And now, after new charges and continued violations, asking for help came too late. The defendant tried to defend herself, pointing out that some charges had been dismissed, but the judge made it clear those charges were part of a deal. The seriousness of her actions hadn't changed. Then came a deeply emotional moment. The defendant revealed she had lost a baby in the past due to drug use. She said she needed rehabilitation, but even that wasn't enough to change the outcome. The judge brought up yet another incident, an altercation in jail involving an officer, more evidence of ongoing behavior, more proof that nothing had changed. Even her refusal to seek medical attention after a fall raised concerns. To the judge, it showed a lack of responsibility, not just for herself but for her unborn child. At that point, the decision was already made. The judge paused briefly, then delivered the final ruling. Based on the violations, the new charges, and the repeated failure to comply, there was no choice left. Her probation was revoked. She was found guilty and sentenced to prison. 10 years. Just like that. It was over. The defendant broke down, asking why she was being separated from her children. But the judge's response was final. She had made those choices herself. The courtroom fell silent as reality set in. This wasn't just about breaking rules anymore. It was about losing trust. In the end, her second chance didn't fail because it was unfair. It failed because it wasn't taken seriously. And once that chance was gone, everything went with it.